What's up, guys? John from PumaFlat.com here today with another On the Farm video.
Wow, that was a short intro. What's up, guys? John the voiceover guy here. So I am currently up in the air messing with our dusk to dawn light. If you don't know what that means, it turns on at dusk. It turns off at dawn. It's pretty ingenious like that or something. So we were having some problems with it just not turning on at night. So usually the culprit is the electric eye on top. Now, I know we've talked a lot about electricity down here at the farm, and I have a little update for you guys about our problem we've been having, the one that I tried to fix where I went up the other pole in the man lift and tried to mess with that. We talked to our neighbor who is on the same run as us as far as the electric goes, like in line on the electric poles, you know? And he is having the same problems actually. And last year already, during corn harvest, he was having the problem where they kept blowing up motors for their like grain dryer and their fans in their grain bins and their blower system, stuff like that. For grain drying reasons, they have big electric motors. So I think he said he burned up either 5 or 6 big electric motors. Now that gets expensive, and I'm not sure if the power company has reimbursed him in any way, but he has been in contact with the electric company quite a bit. And they have installed some kind of meter at their place now to monitor the fluctuations in the voltage. They can't quite figure out what's causing it or where the issue is, so they are monitoring it at their farm. So there's really no reason for us to even call, because we're farther quote-unquote downstream than they are. So yeah, as you can see, I just put some dielectric grease on the connectors for the electric eye. You just kind of put it in there and twist, and then look, the light came on as soon as you have power, and then here in a second it'll kick off, and then I cover it with a rag to make sure that it is working. But you all don't get to see that. There it is. That's about all you can see. So we're gonna cut away here in a second. I swear. See, it turned off. Then it'll turn back on. Look, there's the turnips. Quick update. Now we're on to the soybeans. The soybeans are ripening quite well. Most of the fields around here pretty well look like this, or a little bit more by now, because this is, filmed a week ago. So now we're in the pumpkin patch, and these are my favorite pumpkins. I don't know the variety name. I will get that for you guys in the coming weeks. But they're real warty, ugly, nasty looking pumpkins, and they're my favorite. They are not fun to carve because those warts are pretty hard, but they can make some sick pumpkins when you carve them. So I really like these. Yeah, I'm hoping that they last till Halloween or thereabouts. They're just so ugly, aren't they? I just love it. It's just the best. So no pumpkin like an ugly pumpkin or something. Yeah, there's a few of them out here that are ready, and there's still green ones. So we should be good for Halloween. Oh, and then I'm not even sure what these are either. I don't pick the varieties that we plant, and usually I'm not even in on that conversation. Dad's just like, okay, we're planting these, and I'm like, alright, cool, sure. This is the most amount of pumpkins that we've ever planted. Normally, the garden that we planted the pumpkins in is like an L. Normally we would plant just one side of the L, if that makes sense. We would plant one side or the other. We wouldn't plant both. So this year we decided to go big, and we planted both. Look at that little gourd. Isn't that just cute? Wait, adorable. Something like that. Y'all are gonna be laughing at me on that one. And I think I found another little. Oh, that's a big pumpkin. Never mind. Oh, and then there's other little gourd things. Like I said, we grow all kinds of different stuff. Hey, we're on to the corn. So the corn was still there this past weekend, and that was Labor Day, the Sunday before Labor Day. A lot of the people that we know are picking corn. About maybe half of the corn had disappeared by Labor Day around here, which it's not too bad. You can see that the ear is like super dented, and it's probably ready to go. Our neighbors were picking corn at like 22% moisture and drying it down to about 15% to put it in the bin. So not too bad. Spend a little money on the propane. Propane's cheap right now, so it's alright. So this is back in the pumpkin patch. Remember, we had oats planted this spring. Well, apparently some of them made seed and came up, and they're making seed again. we're not going to do anything about it. We're just going to let them go. If we have oats come up again, it's no big deal. It doesn't really matter. So this was the cantaloupe patch 1 week later, basically after I disced it up with the 3-point hitch disc that we just redid. Just wanted to show you guys what it turned into 1 week later, where, you know, it's all dried up, basically. Alright guys, so there is the drone that I have. Yes, it is a toy. I want to stress that very much so. It is a toy drone. It was like $50. You can find them on Amazon or wherever. It's a toy. It's a starter. It's kind of to learn how to use the controller, and because the real drones fly very similar. The DJI drones anyway fly very similar to this one. I mean, they fly better, of course. Now, the thing that you guys can't see, you can't tell, the winds. It was windy. And you guys, obviously in the video, it doesn't translate. So, that's kind of why I'm like all over the place with the drone, is the winds. They were variable, strong at times, and rather annoying. So, yeah. So we're going to fly the drone here a little bit, and then we will cut to the footage from the actual drone. It does have a built-in camera. Now, I will warn you ahead of time before we get to that. It is standard definition. It's not pretty, but it's there, and it's better than no drone footage, I guess. I'm not sure. So, you'll see here in a minute that it's real. It's real something. So, yeah, you might as well not even have the camera. Oh, and the thing does flips. I figured that out recently. It's kind of funny, actually. When you're like 40 feet off the ground, you do a flip. My neighbor actually commented. I was flying it one day in my backyard, and the next day I saw my neighbor. She's like, "You're really good with that thing, doing flips and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, you just push a button on the controller, and then you move your right joystick in any of the 4 directions, and it'll do a flip in that direction." You don't actually do anything, so it's kind of just like super easy to do a flip. But like I was saying, the winds were real, and yeah. So just keep that in mind, that I'm not piloting drunk here or anything. It is the wind. And the thing really, after you fly it for even a minute probably, you start losing some control. Just because the batteries are tiny little things, and they don't really last very long. So I bought the battery that came with it, would only get me maybe 5 minutes of flight, and really about 3 minutes of good flight, and then, you know, a couple minutes of not so good flight. So I went on Amazon and I actually found some batteries that were a little bit bigger as far as the milliamps, and like 5 batteries and a charger was like $20, so not too bad. And here's the footage from the actual drone flying over the pumpkin patch. It's real. It's real something. So there's a few minutes of this, guys. I'm gonna get on out of here. Oh look, there's corn too. I'm gonna get on out of here. We do appreciate you guys watching, as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you next week with another On the Farm probably. So till then, thank y'all and toodles.